of these, they are brought to the open. And from this point on, any product, all products will move on to the next stage. So I want to encourage you to go around, look at the posters very well, look at the exhibits very well, ask questions, and know how they are being used. So I want to welcome you once again to the tech fair and the
please take over. The panel of judges are already on ground, and by virtue of the numbers of exhibits, they are thank you, man.
Good afternoon, everybody. Please put your stand by your stand. Just stay by your stand as the judges are going around. We're going to start from the College of Engineering, which is going on already. Sorry. Starting from the College of Environmental Science. Please, we want to start the assessment from the College of Engineering.
Vice Chancellor, sir. The Vice Chancellor, sir. This is College of Engineering this way, sir. May we start from this side, sir? So please, everyone should stand by the various colleges as the panelists go around. Oh, okay. Okay, please, let's appreciate the Vice Chancellor as he stands out. Please put your hands together for members of the management team. College of Engineering, please, we commence with you. So the panel of judges will come over and you showcase your work. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
My name is the project family involved is power. As you can see here, the major problem this device solves is the problem of cost, and the actual bioprinter that is being manufactured globally costs about $9,000 to $30,000, which you know now that the rate of dollar is quite expensive. So when our equipment are needed, we have to develop a solution that will help in reducing the cost, but also developing a solution that is sustainable. So this printer incorporates two technologies. As you can see on the board, it incorporates two major technologies, this entry, and it houses a fused deposition modeling printer and the extrusion-based bar printer. What they do is that the fused deposition modeling printer helps to print out plastic thermoplastic material, and this is used to help solve the problem of amputees losing their limbs. So if you see on the board here, we have those who have lost their limbs, and it can be applied to prosthetics and orthotics. You can see an exhibit here, we see that this is a prosthetic socket that can be used to help amputation. What we see on the board as well, that there is a global problem of organ donor shortage. Globally, we see that there's a prevalence of a drastic decline in number of donors in Africa and sub-Saharan parts of the world. So we see how the global efforts to solve this problem by making a extrusion-based bioprinter that is able to print out in three-dimensional tissue constructs which can be used to seed cells and grow these organs. So we can see in this video how this is done. So this is just a presentation. If you see the video, you can see it pointing out in three-dimensional, and this is just a summary of what the project is all about.
Any indigenous materials that one can use when we are talking of the cost now. We're getting materials that can approach, we don't know how much it costs. And you talked of using local materials, getting this.
So we have the extrusion aluminum. This aluminum can be used here, as well as the wood. We have glass, yes. And this is plastic. This is supposed to be printed here. Yeah. And along the way, we had to times when we had to import certain things that were not manufactured here. For instance, the extruder. This extruder was not manufactured here in Nigeria. Just little components like that was that needed to be imported. But if I were all these, most of these things can be put in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Welcome.
What is the name of the local content? Because you mentioned that part of the what percentage can you call the local content of the 70%?
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Eddie Albright, and I'll be presenting on this prototype. The project is majorly based on building a prototype of a home. We all have homes, and most of the times when we get back from our homes, we get very tired, and it's very hard for us to control a whole lot of things in our homes. So this is a prototype from which whereby you can control the lightings and the doors and the windows of your home from your phone. This is a smart home. This is a prototype of a smart home. This is very small so that we can see that very, very little components that can be gotten from the market, the literal market, can be incorporated into the system of our home, and we can control the different things of our home. So now I can easily put on the light of the living room. You look from the windows, you can see the light of the living room as well. You can see the front door open. You can see the front door open, and then you cannot. This is the front door here. And then you can also see the window open here. And the window open as closed. This is the door here. Then there's other doors inside the house that can also be controlled here and control the lights in the front of the house. That's like a security light and the back light so that you can monitor things now. You can do all of this from your bed. All this can be done from your phone. You can also control it. Maybe you've traveled, you've gone very far away, and you can always control everything from your phone as long as this simple component have been incorporated into your home systems. All of this is done with the Internet of Things.
See that you don't have and the internet is not working.
Sir, apart from controlling it with Internet of Things, we can also incorporate solar. That way you can power your batteries. That way the home is still running. That is one way. You can also have normal batteries that can be charged at home. And if your power is off, everything is off and you've locked it everywhere, sir, your home is secure. You don't need to control everything again. If you also use your key to sir. Exactly, because you locked everywhere is secured, everywhere the power is off. You need to pick up the manual part of it, open your door and step inside. Most of these components, all these components can be gotten from the market. You step into a tech shop that we have a whole lot of them all over Lagos, all over Eket and Kwara State, different parts of the country in Nigeria. I would say 100% of this product. 100%, yes. Yes. Major control. Thank you.
Which doesn't necessarily run on solar, but allows you to perform high function power units to either solar energy or hydrogen power. Unlike most most small business you can see around the generators and mechanical systems and noisy processes. One thing that this has is completely silent since it's proposed electronic system and it's also that cost control. Because once you've done using it, even on that solar, you're going to recharge this thing after 1 hour and continue. So the plugging system here, which is this, it gets to be connected to the solar panels, which is when the panel. The solar there it is, the solar panel. So you take out that you can just plug it in, you power the whole machine, or you just do it like this. Like, I'll show you something that works. Let's go this way. So right here, what we have, it's also a project that I developed myself in partner with father, many of us know as the Hero Engineering Professor Uju Fayoni. Now, the way I get behind this is that this is basically not just any obstacle avoidance, but obstacle avoidance that is meant to mutate behavior in self-driving, which if it doesn't just go anywhere aimlessly, it goes on from driving things with mobile and stationary objects. So the difference and the behavior. As we demonstrate,
condition of this because you know how the normal cars are very expensive. But with this one that you need to control throughout what's the cost implication?
As you already know, this is meant to be a concept, and a brief question of what you can draw things. We definitely, because this one is one of us, we definitely know for the all of us who are speaking this thing as much as possible. But one thing to know for sure is that even if you want applications, is that apart from making your car more safer, more engineering to self-efficient, it actually makes it much more cost effective because you are using less parts, less engineering parts to achieve more. Many of software people start like this, they use less parts because they don't have the same level of quality. We have our friends who recognize that. But we also
Hold on, I hope it doesn't use control. Better.
Attention, please. Attention, please. Please, with the permission of the judges, we want to appeal to the researchers to make your presentations brief. Please. We have so many presenters in the room. Thank you.
Àwọn ní ọ̀fẹ́ o. Ẹ lásán, àìlú ẹbí tàwọn ọdún. Àwọn ọdún bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́.
wo anytime tó bá máa so cable mọ́ camera wá tó yẹ so that anything tẹ́ bá ṣe tó bá ṣèkélé ilé ló máa ṣe ní apẹ̀tì. ṣé mẹ́ka ẹ̀?
I see that occasionally you
Yes,
see
yes.
market talking complex. Instead of people from the middle class wasting their transport travel solve problem of placing several people center. So that accessible to every residential place. Everybody is be accessible to them. So this design was designed for the population size of about
But it's recorded. Yeah, okay.
so we can go like this. So what are you displaying?
What is on display here is the large scale map.
Which is one for this one?
What is the large scale map?
Okay.
Display
This one. I should put it where?
Bring this guy.
Can you locate when?
Give them the mic. There is mic there now.
This is the waterfall diagram of those resources development. This just generally helps you to create the drainage. This, if you see, if you can look at this is an island going down, see the waterfall. The number of trees in the stage.
Very good.
Since we are recording it, can we just so that they will be seeing it online? We should move this audio. It's not fake. It's just the audio.
But it will have audio. People that watch it don't they?
Nice.
They have done that. But these people can follow them.
You know, show need. Maybe you should see that now. You want to go?
I don't see competition.
Eh?
I don't tire from this. But this work is not, I don't know. If you are going to tell them to bring this,
No. I know even they are not ready for. Me and you don't talk about that one.
it's not a matter of me and you.
I'm supposed to stream all university events. That's what he said.
We are supposed
So
to.
I'm not just talking.
Who says so?
That's what he said. That's what management said. That every university event was supposed to stream.
It's not me. He can't tell me say we are supposed. He can't tell me that.
Okay, if he tells me that I am supposed to, and I'm
Okay.
relying on you for audio, so what will you now do? If I come to you and say, I want to stream invitation play, I need audio. What will you do?
Okay. You see, streaming. If we don't want any like this, no gadget. That's what is stopping us. But we can use this guy. We can use phone.
Thank you very much. You said you had things. What did they have? And we had everything to increase the certify it.
That's why we use cable now.
Then for the biotechnology activities, we use specific genes for nutrient accumulation, and they're putting it into the particular they are growing in your greenhouse and the environment that is how many farmers are growing this within a minute? Maybe not a lot of them know about it, but awareness is going on right now.
Cable, if it's to request for another cable, if it's to request another cable. These converters are how much? Is it that expensive?
You are producing large quantity. What do you think you do
Good afternoon, this is the Nutrition and Dietetics Department, and we are here to give health talks and counseling on patients. We also brought food products such as vegetable pie, banana bread, fruit punch, and pina colada. And we have very high nutritional benefits, such as fermented tiger nuts. We have it's a good source of beneficial bacteria and rich in antioxidants. For vegetable pie, it is monosodium glutamate free, which means that it doesn't have mono MSG. And for banana bread, it's rich in vitamin C and it helps to boost immunity. We leave the mic to production people just to talk a little about the fruit ones of your watermelon, pineapple, okra, and ginger. All of these are detoxification of the system. It also helps to build the body's immunity. The tiger nut is fermented tiger nut, dates, and
is contains on healthy fats and nutritious fats. Taking small amount of tiger nuts every day can help you immune system as it contains
vegetables, fruits, and that's the fruits in course is even harmful to them, to the people especially these so like this fruit punch drink that has been prepared. How will you advise the taking patients and what
Okay.
Speaking on apple cider,
Oh yeah.
apple cider is
helps, weight loss also. Thank you very much. You presented well. The only thing I observed here is the packaging. But there are two technology fairs. I see have it at home. Well packaged.
Please. Maybe because of the better because this coconut food, I don't think people can eat. Thank you. So this is the implementation of the greatest student competition of life.
Moses was the biggest and Moses ended as the greatest.
The idea behind yes, the idea behind this project online we all know the advent of internet. Online people are created a mass to reach the kind of communication. And some of the challenges posed by the Western world, which has to do with frequency modulation and issue of short wave. So this trivial application, which I entitled Various Online Applications, we use API for any radio station in order to connect the stream of services to any radio station available. Application so the API enables you to connect with any radio station on this application. And so it's actually the case. We use an agile development and methodology, which gives us that flexibility to continue to build on the application because it's a phase-by-phase project. Right now, the application has been developed and with an API, it's streaming the radio service. The next phase now is actually hosting a server which is close to the girls' university. By then, any program that came up from girls' university can actually go. Yes, exactly. The application itself is completed. Yeah. Why is that? Any university.
Thank you very much. I think we are done with the products. We are going to the posters now.
Greetings to us all. Please, there's an important information for us, please. Can we listen? Can we kindly listen? Okay? So we're going to be passing around a QR code. Okay? So what we're going to do is to go to Google. Immediately you open Google, on the side, on the top hand corner, you're going to see Google Lens. So all you need to do is to use the Google Lens to scan this QR code, and immediately you will have a URL code that will appear. You just click on it, and then it's going to link you up to the form which you are going to fill. This is just for presenters of posters. Please, just for presenters of posters. So you fill the information properly. It's going to ask you your surname, your other names, your institution, that's Girls University of Technology. You are also going to be asked the college. You put your college there, the school names, Profast, Coras, CTRL, any other department. Okay? And then you will fill in correctly the title of your presentation. Also, you're going to include your WhatsApp line. Please, let us be very careful when we are feeding this information, as well as our email addresses. We'll be moving around. If you have any issues, you can let us know. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please to posters now. Engineering. Posters. Yeah, poster. Engineering poster. Do you have? Do you have poster engineering?
Sorry.
Please, we need the students.
We have 14.
Realization of intermediate pyrolysis synthesis of bio oil production from Arcanesia. Then we have another one, which is
Energy is the focal point of human activities. It is a premise of industrial civilization. Without energy, modern life would cease to exist. Fossil fuel cover about 86% of energy use for man. Its depletion, environmental hazard, as well as technological development, prompted researchers to think of different ways of generating energy. Energy generation from biomass offer a practical example. Modeling of optimization of the operating parameters, such as temperature, heating rate, reaction time, particle sizes. From the research, it was deduced that the bio-oil produced in this study can be utilized for energy generation to power turbine, to power boiler, as well as furnace. It can be used to generate an oxygenated fuel as an oxygenated fuel additive for diesel engine. Then the sharp produced from this now, which is in the other poster at the back, can be used as a solid fuel for heating, cooking, fuel cell supercapacitors, as well as electric cable. It can also be used for nutrients, for soil nutrients, for crop cultivations, as well as it can be utilized in industrial sectors to produce drugs, which is catalyst for production of drugs and dye. So this study helped in enhancing the process. Okay. Okay. Now I'm talking about modeling and optimization. In this study, this particular one is talking about the characterization. For you to utilize, yes. This is characterization of the biomass.
Next poster, please. Environmental, are you ready for the poster presentation? Environment, are you ready? presenting here, please.
Good afternoon. People of virtual reality. Virtual reality is leveraging this marketing business. This is the marketing. Looking at this paper, looking at it, the concept we talk about how we can organize real estate marketing. The world has changed massively due to globalization, technological advancements. What the research conference and another major problem is the cost of distribution on the line. This kind of problem is still you need to see what you want to buy. You can't just show me things like how we can see the property you want to sell. So the conclusion is that the way the world has changed, the essence of this environment and then that is use of this album physical expression of property with virtual reality for people that are outside the country and they want to buy the property and usually have high to be there to inspect the property because we have high class property we can invest in Nigeria but physical education is
Thank you very much. Please let me ask you a question. In the course of your research, do you think this will fly better than the traditional way of doing inspecting properties?
So I think in terms of this, we do we don't have to focus on question reality of the market. Some people, in fact, just the way I'm mentioning virtual reality.
analyzed. Now, the findings shows that architectural design practice firms in Nigeria, they are aware of the technological advancement of the fourth industrial revolution. Another thing that the research found out was that these industrial revolution characteristics that these firms have understanding of, the study realized that the understanding varies from a firm to another, and that is represented on this chart. Their knowledge of CAD, computer-aided design, is 91.4%, and that shows that Nigeria is still far behind.
There will be references. So that is my own.
No references.
Building technology.
Okay, good afternoon. The paper title is Passive Factors in Using Environmental Impact Assessment in the Construction Industry. And environmental impact assessment is simply one of the programs identified that the financial related factor is what actually has the higher impact on the adoption, the limiting of the adoption of EIA practices in the construction industry. So in conclusion, we've been able to get the factor that actually inhibits EIA practices, and we actually recommend that we actually recommend that they should research on EIA practices, EIA methods that can actually aid ecological sustainability in the environment. That's all. Thank you.
How relevant is the topic to the theme of this?
The topic is mainly on sustainability, and we know that climate change is a problem, and one of the ways to actually reduce or even minimize climate change is sustainability. And we also know that the construction industry is one of the industries that actually contributes to waste in the environment, even emissions and more. So when we put environmental impact assessment practices into our construction work, we definitely reduce emissions and pollution in the environment.
Somebody can talk about it.
Holmans, are you there? Holmans.
Performance. Intrinsic reward stems from example salary, wages, and bonuses. We adopted the descriptive software result design, and you know we have a population of 225 employees of Nigerian pension administrators in Nigeria. Through Taro Yamani, we arrived at a sample size of 148. We analyzed the data gathered using differential statistics of correlation analysis. And the calculated R and the adjusted R of points 869 and 754 in case of the intrinsic motivation shows there's a strong relationship between intrinsic motivation and employees' performance. And the same thing goes for the extrinsic reward system. In conclusion, it is concluded that there is significant effect of both intrinsic and extrinsic reward on the employee's performance. And we recommended that because different people are motivated by different rewards. There should be a mixed reward system, a part of salary, part of recognition to motivate employees to perform to their optimum potential. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Just a simple question. We have a mixed blend here, which is the intrinsic and the extrinsic. Which one is more? Which one has upper hand than the other?
Are normally between the middle level and the low level. Then the management teams constitute a minuscule proportion. So taking this into consideration, most employees are after the monetary reward and the extrinsic reward that they get from the job. Thank you.
Next presenter, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Adeodu Akifemi. Talking on the development of low-cost 12 kilowatt capacity smart gasifier for electricity generation from local source material. Now, the novelty about this project is that this product, which is the gasifier, is locally produced here in Nigeria, in our environment. It is designed specifically for developing countries. Now, the issue is what actually motivated this project, this gasifier. Let me start by defining what the function of this gasifier. The main function is it utilizes biomass from wood to generate, to produce some gases, which can be utilized to generate electricity. And what actually motivated the development of this gasifier is number one, the global yearning of clean energy. Because majority, talking about developing nations, the generation of energy is mostly from fossil fuel, and you know this fossil fuel at the long run generate pollution. So in order to mitigate pollution in our environment, we resorted to developing this gasifier, which utilizes wood biomass to generate the electricity. So, and the product is sustainable, is clean, and also to decongest the national grid in terms of electricity. So we can easily utilize this gasifier to generate electricity, which is very
they get out of the national grid. What is the cost implication?
like I said, the material for producing this gasifier is locally available. And when you look at it, unfortunately I don't have physical product here, but all the materials are locally available, are local. It's 100% local content, which is very cost effective compared to using the fossil fuel. Thank you.
Now, if you can locally assemble, have you assembled the ones you can use in your department to show us example in case there's no light?
Thank you. Like for this is for the capacity of this is to generate 12 kilowatt capacity of electricity, which is already, if it can be used in our department, and we can scale it up to any capacity depending on the usage. Thank you.
Thank you, presenter. I can see that you said we use wood chips as source of. At times, wood is cost in the market. By the time they pack 2, 3 together, they will call very high price. So, how effective is the cost compared to payment of electricity?
I still maintain that, when you're talking about wood is readily available everywhere, and we can't, even with the situation of things in the country, we can't still compare the cost of and the availability of food to the raw materials by fossil fuel. So this using wood is still cost effective compared to other.
Thank you very much.
This was the next presenter.
Yes, my name is Ruben Bassi. Presenting a study on globalization and food security in sub-Saharan Africa. The study was carried out to profile contribution to the problem of food insecurity. The importance of food security globally is seen by the position that food security takes in the SDG. It's the second thing that should be achieved according to the SDG outcomes, reducing the population of hungry people in the world. And so this study looked at the impacts that globalization will have on food security. Moving into the model, it did not just work with globalization. We included innovation, as we know innovation can do good to food agricultural productivity. And we also interacted the existence of globalization and innovation in the same economy and see the impact of the interaction on food security. Moving on to the results. The result, since the study was focused on globalization, the result shown on this table shows that when food security is measured as availability, food availability, there is an insignificant relationship that exists between globalization and food availability, and also but a significant relationship exists when food security is measured with accessibility. So the conclusion therefore is that globalization, if not controlled, can have an adverse effect on domestic food production, but when it is well controlled, domestic economy in the sub-Saharan African nations can have access to food at cheaper rates from other countries. Again, I say it's not controlled. If this globalization is not controlled, trade liberalization, if it's not controlled, it will have an adverse effect on food availability in sub-Saharan Africa. So the recommendation of the study is that government of the SSA should watch and monitor the access of globalization in the nation's state.
Thank you very much. Globalization, because when there was war, I don't know if the war is ever in Ukraine, then we say there's no trade all over the world. So I think I was expecting that indigenous, to support indigenous production of food in sub-Saharan Africa, that we don't really need to depend on the war in Ukraine to get even our grains. We are not talking of petroleum now. We are not talking of other things from Russia. The moment the war started in Ukraine, all over the world started having problem that there is problem of grain. So I don't know if the conclusion or recommendation should be that the indigenous governments of the sub-Saharan Africa should encourage our local production and enhance, is that right, productivity, so that we can at least sustain ourselves before we start talking of going to other countries. How we support it? I'm now looking at bringing it out. Let it die on us that let us move into sustaining ourselves before now going outside. It's a good thank you very much.
And secondly, when we were moving on, Madam, we get the great of this not include references. So this one is different than without references.
Mary.
Thank you very much and welcome to the University Library. We are presenting on technology, exploring the paradox of technology and effect on workplace performance. This is based on world coinage technology and has been supported by Rich, Schneider, and concept that word can be coined based on blending. And with that, they call the word technology. Technology has to do with the use of technology and maturity. We blended two words together to form technology, and this has been supported in several literature. And based on the view of literature, these are applied, they can curb high usage of technology without control. And also we discovered that there are policies that should be put in place for technology to actually work. So we set policies, the random audit of activities carried out over the internet. We have software that can check this. Then also there is what we call filtering software. Filtering software can actually limit a lot of sites that people can go. So people that go to pornography, Facebook during work, and all that wasting time, filtering software can do that. And lastly, we look at communication and education. When we constantly communicate with staff, they can help us to save time, making sure that people come to work, not just come to work to use social media. Because lots of money has been lost, considering what was found in Britain. 2.2 billion is lost annually by British firms as a result of workers that use social media at the expense of their work. And that is why we came to that conclusion. Thank you very much. We are sorry the reference was omitted, but not intentionally. There was the paper, this was brought to us. We thought we were going to present yesterday. We brought it at the center yesterday, but they said they are moving it to today. Thank you very much. Next presenter, please.
Thank you very much.
My HOD.
Technology and maturity. exploring the paradox of technology and effects of workplace performance. It's a very good topic. In fact, the thing is wonderful. So, which means it is expected in that sector, if it's a workplace, we should expect integrity, decency, civility, we should be non-toxic, fairness, and self-worth. And then, from time to time, people should randomly be audited to know what they are doing with their time in the office or what they are doing with the internet given to them. They should not log into unnecessary things that does not have positive effects. It's okay. And now my question is this: you didn't show us any references that. No, now it's not enough. Okay, we have accepted it.
Apologies accepted. Is that any place?
Good afternoon. The title of this presentation is Enhancing the Fight Against COVID-19 Pandemic through African Indigenous Knowledge. In the year 1919, a new form of pandemic broke out. It appeared in China with the province of China. And since then, the World Health Organization, they have been the forefront. They gather about 400 doctors. And the issue is the World Health Organization, as well as the environmental environment, both recognize African indigenous knowledge. It was recognized nationwide. But you will discover that the contribution of African indigenous knowledge towards COVID-19 was very, very minimal. And that is why this research is being done by two theories. One theory of theory of knowledge democracy, as well as proof theory. This theory advocates that in discussing international issues or anything that has to do with societal problem, every knowledge should be given equal representation. We discover that in their discussion, Africans were excluded. When you look at pandemic is as old as the history of mankind. Throughout human history, we have been having pandemic. The one that was documented in the scripture has to do with the land of Egypt. Both the Quran and Bible recognize that one. And in Africa, we have about 10 infectious diseases and pandemic have emerged in Nigeria between 1900 to 2020. And when you look at African people, they have been combating it through quarantine, social distancing, lockdown practice, isolation ritual, spiritual cleansing, hydrotherapy. It's not in Africa. For instance, those who suffer epidemics, disease like leprosy, pox, and the rest of other, they are removed from the community, even before the arrival of Western people. They will keep them in secret group before receiving their treatment. And Richard Manga even confirmed how disease person was held and treated in isolation. And even during that particular time, most of those that are in isolation center, research shows that they use African indigenous knowledge system in just isolate them people. One example of the governor of Oyo State who used black sheep during that particular time. So in conclusion, that the use of indigenous technology and locally developed creative health procedure, indigenous people have been managing and limiting pandemic since the dawn of time. So in order to help to contain the COVID-19 pandemic, it will be very helpful to use it. Modern approach to health development will continue to fail unless WHO take into consideration African innovative homegrown health techniques. Thank you.
The work has been published. Has it been published? That's not been published. Okay. Just want to remind ourselves the scope of journalism. Okay. Then we don't have references here. And then there is no networking. We have often said, let there be networking. So authorship is good, but it has limitation. Good heads, good minds, when they work together, will come up with better knowledge. So there should be networking. Is that right? There should be networking. And like what you have said, this, that, it has its own limitation. You know why a goal was not approved before? I hope we are all together. Is that it has no measurement. You cannot measure that this is the number of classes you can take and be okay. So it also has its own limitation to a very good extent. The third one.
Thank you very much, ma'am. No, I'm the one presenting this. The first one. This is based on our JUPET students. This is based on our JUPET students in Welsh University of Technology. We also discovered the use of technology among them and how it affects many of them. So during the holiday, we were able to focus on these students, and we discovered that there's what we call couch potato syndrome. It has been used in health. They look at diabetes, they look at obesity, because if you stay for a long time, there's a tendency for you to begin to develop weight. And this has been used in food science and different aspects, but they have not been used in education. And that is why we focus on this. That is the problem we have recognized among students. We discovered that students that stay for a long time using technology do what is called reading procrastination, that I will read later, I will read later. And we found among these students that there is high level of reading procrastination. And that is why many of them don't have then the recommendation is not able to make the recommendation. We presented it during the last engineering conference, and it has been accepted for publication. So the presentation is that we need to guide JUPET students. They should not have the mentality that they are already university students. So what can be done is that scheduled reading should be given to them with monitoring, and also constant review of social media use. Maybe between certain hours and certain hours, they should not use these social, they not use telephone or any gadget that will limit their reading. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
Please, what exactly is the meaning of couch potato syndrome?
Yes, couch potato syndrome has to do with sitting down and becoming like potato. It is, many papers have been written on that in health. So you become like couch potato, that is, place a potato on a couch. You see the way it's getting fatter. So obesity has been traced to it, that is long time waiting to watch TV or to use social media. Also, diabetes has been traced to it. There are a lot of papers that have been done, but little have been done in relation to effect on reading habits. Thank you.
Layman now, what I'm trying to say is that when you sit down, then that is you kind of get lazy or weak, not fat. Lazy or weak. That's the layman's language.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hold fast. Are you ready for your poster presentation?
Okay. Good afternoon. I have two poster presentation from Nutrition and Dietetics Unit. And the first one is the comparison of physical, chemical, and sensory properties of selected commercially available smoothies in covenant investing environment. Smoothies are a blend of whole fruit and vegetables which preserve fiber and other bioactive substances. And smoothies are different from fruit juices in the sense that they have higher percentage of bioactive substances which are linked to health and medicinal benefits. The commonly consumed smoothies were identified with the method of by using focus group discussion, and the semi-structured questionnaire were administered to 50 respondents in order to evaluate the sensory qualities of the most commonly consumed smoothies in covenant investing environment. And it was discovered that there was a significant difference in the level of physicochemical, phytochemical, and sensory properties of all the three most commonly consumed smoothies in the covenant investment environment. And the most commonly consumed smoothies, they are vanilla, pink, and apple smoothies. So it is not recommended that instead of taking carbonated drinks such as Coca-Cola, we can be taking the smoothies because of the massive phytochemical content that they have. Because studies have shown that bioactive substances can help in mopping up the free radicals that are generated in our body system, and it will now reduce the level of oxidative
I think I have my shortcoming. Why did you choose the Smoky Covenant University and you didn't try that at Best University so that you can hold us? Why did you want to look for us outside the university where we have inside the university?
Thank you very much. This work was done by a student 2 years ago. And at the time, he was preparing to do the work. Somebody had already brought up the list of movie. I just looking because he did at that and said, instead of using just the best thing that is another application, to look at the list of the movies that have been put that place. That's why we took Covenant University. The work is in the Bible. It's not ready for this one. 2 years ago, the student has already worked